Story number 1. In a petite village nestled amid dense forests and undulating landscapes, dwelled a youthful lady named Emily. On a somber evening, her parents departed for a social gathering, leaving her in solitude. Emily harbored no fear. She relished the seclusion and intended to delve into her favorite enigma novels. As night descended, Emily ensconced herself on the sofa with a book in her grasp. A faint lamp illuminated the room, casting elongated shadows. Abruptly, she discerned a gentle murmur, akin to leaves rustling outside. Paying it no heed, she persisted in reading, attributing the sound to the wind. The murmurs persisted, intensifying. This time, Emily could affirmatively discern her name. Emily. Emily. The voice, deep and foreboding, sent shivers down her spine. Tentatively, she called out, presuming it might be a friend orchestrating a jest. Silence ensued. Disquiet settled as the murmurs persisted, reverberating through the vacant abode. Summoning her bravery, Emily resolved to scrutinize. While traversing from room to room, the murmurs seemed to trail her, perpetually on the cusp of comprehension. The ambience chilled, laden with an imperceptible presence. In the corridor, Emily glimpsed a nebulous and shadowy entity. Panic seized her as she stumbled backward. The murmurs metamorphosed into unintelligible whispers, crafting an eerie symphony. Terrified, Emily hastened to secure her room. Within the confines of safety, Emily still perceived the whispers, now akin to frenetic murmuring. In the darkness, gripping her phone, she contemplated reaching out to her parents. As she extended for the phone, the whispers abruptly ceased, leaving behind an eerie silence. Upon her parents' return, Emily recounted the peculiar events. They dismissed it as a hyperactive imagination or the creaks of an aged domicile. Nevertheless, Emily couldn't dispel the impression that something supernatural had unfolded that night. To this day, she refuses solitary evenings in that abode, haunted by the recollection of unexplainable whispers and the shadowy presence lurking in its corners. Story number 2. Mark perpetually maintained skepticism toward the supernatural, priding himself on rational thinking and dismissing ghost tales as mere fiction. However, one nocturnal occurrence altered everything. Mark's progenitors were absent, leaving him in their antiquated, creaky residence. While settling into the living room with his laptop, he discerned movement in his peripheral vision. Startled, he pivoted to perceive a shadowy figure in the hallway. The figure bore resemblance to a person, yet it appeared translucent, akin to a faint reflection. A chill coursed through Mark as he gazed at the enigmatic apparition. Contrary to his better judgment, he tentatively approached the hallway. The figure retreated, preserving a consistent distance. Mark's reflection in the hallway mirror mirrored his perplexity. The atmosphere grew laden as Mark pursued the spectral figure through various chambers. Skepticism waned as the figure conveyed emotions sans words, ranging from sorrow to wrath. The message eluded Mark's comprehension, yet a profound unease enveloped him. Upon reaching the attic, the figure dissipated into the ether. Alone amidst dusty antiquities, Mark, grappling with the bizarre encounter, opted to document the episode on his laptop. In the ensuing days, Mark delved into the residence's history, unearthing a tragic tale from yesteryears. The domicile once harbored a family, and a young lady named Lily had met an enigmatic demise. The figure Mark encountered aligned with Lily's depictions in aged photographs. Tormented by this revelation, Mark sensed a constant watchfulness. Lily's spirit appeared to linger, leaving behind an aura of melancholy. Mark, erstwhile an unwavering skeptic, found himself questioning the demarcations between the living and the supernatural. Story number 3. The Elusive Visitor. Sarah, a university scholar, eagerly anticipated her parents' weekend visit to her new flat. The edifice bore antiquity, its peculiar history adding an element of mystery. As night unfurled, Sarah and her parents shared joviality and anecdotes, forging heartwarming memories. However, as the clock struck midnight, an unusual sensation permeated the air. Sarah excused herself to procure water from the kitchen, leaving her parents engrossed in discourse. Switching on the kitchen light, she discerned a figure in her peripheral vision, an unfamiliar silhouette. Sarah confronted the figure, anticipating her parents orchestrating a jest. To her astonishment, a shadowy figure clad in antiquated attire confronted her. The visitor's visage remained obscured, a chilly zephyr accompanying their presence. Stunned, Sarah stuttered, "Who are you?" The figure maintained silence, fixating their gaze on her. Panicking, Sarah hastened to her parents, only to find the living room void. Frantically searching, her parents eluded her. Dread overcame her as she returned to the kitchen, where the mysterious figure lingered. This time, the apparition extended a hand, beckoning her. Hesitant yet resolute, Sarah grasped the offered hand. In an instant, the surroundings metamorphosed. Sarah stood in a bustling Victorian-era thoroughfare, enveloped by denizens clad in archaic attire. The figure, now more distinct, smiled appreciatively before dissipating. The thoroughfare vanished, leaving Sarah solitary in her vacant flat. Baffled, she sought her parents, discovering them slumbering in the guest chamber, oblivious to the unearthly encounter. Sarah couldn't elucidate the inexplicable journey, pondering if she had glimpsed a fragment from the past or encountered a spirit ensnared between dimensions. The flat retained an aura of mystery, and Sarah, forever transformed by the elusive visitor, couldn't shake the sentiment that she had briefly traversed into a distinct epoch, glimpsing a fragment of history. Story number 4. The Enigmatic Harmony. Amanda, an aficionado of music, relocated to a charming cottage on the periphery of a tranquil town. Despite the dwelling's antiquity, it exuded a certain allure, and Amanda instantly connected with it. One evening, while practicing her violin in the living area, she chanced upon an aged sheet of music tucked away in a forsaken corner. Intrigued, Amanda resolved to perform the cryptic composition. As the initial notes reverberated, a disconcerting sensation overcame her. Shadows cavorted on the walls, and a frigid zephyr ruffled the pages of the sheet music. Unseen hands appeared to guide her fingers, playing the haunting melody with an ethereal precision. The room became saturated with an otherworldly presence, and Amanda sensed she wasn't alone. The temperature plummeted, and a gentle voice harmonized with her music. The lyrics narrated a poignant love story from the past, recounting heartbreak and betrayal. Despite the eerie ambience, Amanda couldn't cease playing. The haunting melody appeared to unlock a gateway to another domain. As the ultimate note resonated, the room plunged into silence, the ghostly presence dissipating. Amanda remained alone, her violin still in hand, contemplating the unfathomable connection between the music and the lingering spirits of yore. Story number 5. The Secrets Within the Reflective Surface. Sophie, a fledgling artist, inherited a grand Victorian abode from her departed grandmother. The residence, embellished with ornate mirrors, exuded an air of sophistication. One particular mirror in the corridor, however, harbored an undisclosed secret. Late one night, Sophie glimpsed movement in the mirror. Startled, she pivoted, only to confront an empty corridor. Dismissing it as wariness, she persisted with her nightly routine. Yet, the mirror had more revelations. Each night, as Sophie traversed past, the reflection in the mirror deviated from reality. It unveiled glimpses of an alternate realm, a realm bathed in an eerie, sepia-toned luminescence. Peculiar figures moved in the background, seemingly cognizant of Sophie's presence. Unable to resist the allure of the mysterious mirror, Sophie extended her hand, fingertips grazing the glass. To her amazement, the mirror undulated like water, and she found herself stepping into the otherworldly dimension. The alternate realm manifested as a distorted rendition of her own, suspended in time. Denizens from disparate eras coexisted, and whispers of forgotten tales filled the air. Sophie roamed the surreal landscape, captivated by the beauty and melancholy of this concealed dimension. However, the mirror conveyed a caveat. With each visit, Sophie sensed a fragment of herself slipping away, entwined in reflections of the past. Confronted with a choice, linger in the captivating yet transient world or return to her reality. Sophie grappled with the secrets within the mirror, questioning the boundaries between her world and the enchanting realm encapsulated within the looking glass. Story number 6. The Spectral Call. One stormy night, Lisa found herself solitary in her apartment, nestled atop an aged structure. Rain cascaded against the windows, generating an eerie symphony reverberating through vacant halls. Settling into bed, her phone rang, displaying an unfamiliar number. Tentative yet intrigued, Lisa answered. A voice, muffled by static, spoke in hushed tones, articulating cryptic messages regarding forgotten secrets and unresolved matters. The voice exhibited knowledge about Lisa's life, sending shudders down her spine. Despite her disquiet, Lisa engaged in the discourse, seeking elucidation on the mysterious caller's assertions. As minutes elapsed, the voice intensified, forewarning of impending peril. Abruptly, the call terminated, leaving Lisa in an unsettling silence. Disturbed and unable to dispel the unease, Lisa decided to probe the unknown caller's revelations. To her astonishment, she unearthed a concealed family secret, one that had haunted her forebears for ages. The phantom phone call, it seemed, was a desperate plea from the other side to unveil the truth. Haunted by this disclosure, Lisa couldn't disregard the peculiar events that ensued. Objects moved autonomously, and enigmatic whispers permeated the air. The voice of the unknown caller lingered, a spectral presence guiding Lisa toward uncovering the long-concealed truth that had eluded her family for centuries. Story number 7. The Hexed Looking Glass. In a charming antiquarian emporium, Emma stumbled upon an exquisitely crafted mirror with a lavish golden frame. Intrigued by its timeless elegance, she procured it and hung it in her bedroom. Little did she know that the mirror harbored a sinister secret. As Emma gazed into the mirror one evening, she discerned a subtle distortion in her reflection, an eerie figure standing just behind her. Startled, she pivoted, finding no one there. The figure, however, persisted solely in the mirror, observing her with vacant eyes. Night after night, the phantom presence in the mirror grew more discernible. It appeared to beckon Emma, drawing her into its otherworldly realm. Terrified yet unable to resist, Emma reached out, and her fingertips connected with the mirror's surface. To her horror, she was drawn into a shadowy dimension, a contorted reflection of her reality. The figure from the mirror materialized, revealing a tragic narrative of betrayal and vengeance. Emma found herself entwined in the curse binding the spirit to the mirror, a curse seeking resolution through her actions. Desperate to break free, Emma embarked on a harrowing quest to uncover the truth behind the curse. Each revelation brought her closer to comprehending the phantom's anguish and the key to liberating both of them from the clutches of the haunted mirror. The cursed mirror transformed into a portal to redemption, challenging Emma to confront the darkness within and rewrite the tragic narrative that tethered her to the spirit ensnared in the glass.